can hear me. I can hear me. I can hear me. If anybody's there, can you tell me if you hear me? If anybody's there, can you tell me if you hear me? I'm just trying to test out this new audio I have. I'm just trying to test out this new audio I have. Anybody there? Who's there? Anybody there? Who's there? If you can hear me, let me know. If you can hear me, let me know. Does anybody hear me? Tommy, can you hear me? Does anybody hear me? Can you feel me near you? Does anyone hear anything I'm saying? I hear myself on my phone. I got my phone next to me. I hear myself coming through my phone, so I'm not sure why I wouldn't be coming through your speakers. Anybody hear me out there? If anybody's there, just let me know if you can hear me or if you can't hear me. If you can't hear me, oh, we got a comment here. Howdy. You do hear me. Okay. What's up, Rock Daddy? Okay. So this didn't work. I went live a couple minutes ago and it didn't work. Totally didn't work. It's working now, though. It's very strange. Where are you from, Rock Daddy? If you stop hearing me, just shoot it in the comments there. I'm just going to take this down. Do you hear me? But thanks for hanging out. I wonder if I started this new audio interface with a Scarlett Focusrite in it. Mesa, Arizona. All right, welcome. And this new audio interface is giving me a very hard time. I don't know why. But I'm glad it's working now. So let's go to Mesa, Arizona on Craigslist. See what they got in Mesa, Arizona since Rock Daddy is here with us. Let's see. Mesa. Let's see. U.S. cities, U.S. states. Do that first. I go to Arizona. All right, so which one would be the best to go to for you, Rock Daddy? Flagstaff, Mojave County, Phoenix, Prescott, Show Low, Sierra Vista, Tucson, or Yuma? Which one of those would be best for me to click on for you? I'm going to try to get Al back. Al's one of the listeners that we have. Try to get him back here. Got to find him. I think it's working. Come back on. Ah, there he is. Al's here. All right, I just texted you on Instagram, Al. Phoenix. All right, so Rock Daddy tells me to go to Phoenix, Arizona to go do some guitar safarians. So let's see, musical instruments. All right, let's see what we got in Phoenix. I don't have too much time today, everybody, because I messed up, and I don't know why I messed up. Maybe when I plug in my guitar, it messes everything up. I don't know why, but I'm glad you hear me. I'm glad you're with me. If I could be louder or anything, let me know. This thing is not very cooperative lately. I don't know why, but we'll make it work. We'll make it work. So what do we got in Phoenix? We got a baby grand piano, 12 grand. Those are expensive, and they're heavy. So heavy. Got a Native American tribal drum. That's pretty freaking cool. Is that real? Or is that like a remake? It looks pretty new. Selling our old friend that we've had for about 30 years. This is a handmade tribal floor drum, stretched rawhide over wood. Rawhide extends over both ends. Comes with a leather mallet. I believe the drum is made of pine. Wants $375 for it. That ain't cheap. I'll tell you that. That definitely ain't cheap for a drum, but that's what you're into. I just bought a one of those old school Zoom multi-effects pedals. I'm picking it up today later in Nashville. What do we got here? 2023 Fender Player Strat. MXR Flanger. I have a Phase 90 phaser. I think it's a phaser pedal, not a flanger. I have that purple Boss flanger. Oh, look at that. Rock Daddy and Al are becoming friends. Yeah, audio interfaces are a pain in the arse. I agree with you. That, I don't know if you watched the interview I did with Paul from Guitar Gear Connection, but man, I set everything up the way it was supposed to, and he heard nothing. It took a half hour for me. I had to get all the old stuff out, had to get the condenser mic out, had to get the soundboard out. I had put all that stuff away. And it works fine if I'm just by myself. I don't know what the deal is, man. It is strange, but I just want this lapel mic to work so that I could play and speak at the same time, because I want to play for you guys. Al says, "Yep, saw the last video. Those things are tricky as hell. I feel you, man. It's a lot of trial and error." Great video, by the way. Thank you for that. Appreciate that. Yeah, it's trial and error, but you don't want to screw it up on these streams, because then I'm having a tough time getting into this algorithm of YouTube. It is not being very kind to me. I thought a Beatles video would be, instant 1,000 views in a day. I am struggling, man. I don't know what to do with this algorithm thing. If views and stuff don't pick up, this channel ain't gonna last very long. I'll tell you that. So we got some keyboards. We got a Rickenbacker here, lap steel Rickenbacker. That's pretty cool. Those are very, they were famous for making lap steels back in the day. Let's see, I gotta open up see if I can open up the chat on my phone so I can see you guys chatting while I'm on Craigslist. Let's see, Keith Urban guitar, $275. Fender Player Strat, Echoplex. That's a cool pedal. I might have to pick one of these pedals up, because I have one of the Boss pedals. I have the Boss Echo or delay and reverb pedal. And it has 7 or 8 knobs on the darn thing, and has all these options for types of reverb you want, types of delay, and how long of the delay you want. And I am so inept when it comes to that. I don't know anything when it comes to that stuff. So I need a pedal that has as few knobs as possible. This one looks like it does not have a lot of knobs on it. It has volume, delay, and sustain. So I guess that's how long the echo lasts for in milliseconds, I'm assuming, and the delay is, I don't know. I have no idea. I'm so bad with this. I'm gonna send a picture of my delay pedal to my buddy Nicky, who was my guitar player in my band at home in New York. And I'm going to ask him, what do I set this to for rhythm guitar delay? Al says, you need the preamp that comes separate. With what, the Echoplex? You need a preamp for the Echoplex or one for the Boss? The Boss one seems to work without anything. If I have to buy anything besides this amp, then I am not buying it, because I'm not doing. That just seems ridiculous. Let's see, what else do we got? Eastwood. I wonder if, who was it last week that was on with us? Was his name Ronnie? I think it was, I gotta find that guy. That guy was awesome. We were looking in Bloomfield, Indiana for guitars and stuff. What was his name? Was it Ronnie? Can't remember. Sorry, man. I got such a bad memory. It's terrible. But, and I'm a teacher. Like I don't get my kids' names till like the very last week of school. Fender made in Japan. Oh, I don't know if I told you guys. I got myself a bass. Remember I said I think it was on the last live stream about 2 weeks ago, I said if anybody wants to trade a bass for a Telecaster, I'll be willing to trade. So let me do this real quick. So I got myself a P bass. It's an American Standard P bass. It's in pretty good shape. Traded it straight up for the Telly, which is cool. Because I didn't need the Telly, I just don't know how to play this thing, but that's alright. Can do that, that's all I do. And I know a couple of Beatles songs. That's wrong. Maybe I don't know maybe I don't know Beatles songs. But I did get this bass. I want to fool around, I want to start recording some stuff. Write some new songs. Write some old songs, who knows. But this is my new favorite toy. The 64 Tennessean. It doesn't sound like anything else you've ever played. Sounds pretty like, all these, especially plugged in. I would plug it in, but I don't want to risk losing any audio here, so. Love this thing. It looks so new. It's from 1964. That's old. My brother was born in 72 and he's 52. Oh boy, math. Another what? 64. 8 years. So he would be 60. That's 60 years old. 60-year-old guitar. Looks pretty new, man. I don't understand it, but I lucked out. I'll tell you that. I got that for a great price. I got that for cheaper than a new Les Paul. Lucked out on that one, but let's get back to Phoenix, Arizona. There's a song about Tucson, Arizona, right? Winslow, Arizona. Standing on the corner in Winslow, Arizona. Let's see what else we got here in Phoenix. Got a crate amp, got an old crate amp. Got some violins. Yeah, I like the Sunburst bass too, Al. That's pretty sweet. I might want to get a white pickguard for it. I'm not digging the black pickguard, but that's not necessary right now. I got some Squires here. Got a Tori Amos music book. That should sell like hotcakes. Another piano. A little banjo. Keyboard action. Here we go. 86. No way. No way. Early 86 Martin D35. Very nice condition. 86 D35 Martin Shenandoah. Okay, so the Shenandoah is the company, I think, right? What was the deal with the Shenandoah? Was that like an Epiphone kind of wing of Martin back in the 80s? All right, let's look this up. Martin Shenandoah. I can't spell Shenandoah. Let's see. Martin Shenandoah guitars. What are they? For the first 8 years or so, blah, blah, blah. All of the guitars bearing the Shenandoah brand after late 1992 were manufactured, assembled, and finished in Japan. There are two simple ways to distinguish between the two. So it says for the first 8 years, sub-assemblies comprising complete necks and complete bodies were manufactured in Japan and shipped to the Martin factory in Pennsylvania for final assembly and finishing. All the guitars bearing the Shenandoah brand after late 1992 were manufactured, assembled, and finished in Japan. So before 1992, all the parts were made in Japan and then assembled in the US. And after 92, they were strictly all done in Japan. And it should say, guitars assembled in the US from Japanese-made parts will hopefully have a label clearly visible through the sound hole that states this clearly. Assembled and hand-finished in the USA, components made in Japan. So let's go back to this and see if he puts, I don't think he puts the sound hole sticker in there. He does not. He wants $850 for it. Doesn't look like there's a sticker inside. Doesn't look like there's a sticker. But hey, it's got the very D35 like Brazilian rosewood back design there. I've never played one of these. If you have, let me know. If Al or Rock Daddy has played any of these, please feel free to let me know if you have. But it's $850. If they're any good, $850 seems like a good deal. If they're good products, I've never played one. They got to be better than the DX series they're made here, right? I would assume those the composite ones that are pressed together. Let's see if I can show you guys the zoom pedal that I bought. See if I can get that up here. I'm picking it up today. I wanted a multi-effects pedal so that I could give you guys some guitar sounds while I'm doing my videos. That's why I bought these wireless microphones too. Yeah, I bought this. I thought this was a great deal for $60. I remember buying one of these back in like the early 2000s. It's a Zoom multi-effect. You know, it's got like 200 built-in effects to it. You can switch, you can turn these knobs and get all your own sounds. It has an expression pedal, which I guess could be a wah, an octave, or a volume pedal, depending on how you want it set up. And you can store all your little sounds in here. I would never play out with this. I would go through an amp. I'm an old school amp kind of guy. But I figured for recording here and doing, you know, just little tiny demonstrations of these guitars for you guys, I figured this would be a good thing to have. And for $60, I've seen these things going for like over $100 on Reverb. Check this out. I want you guys to see this. This kind of annoyed me. So I went onto Reverb, and I used to have this little zoom. It was this one right here. I'm glad it still came up. So this was the listing. So I actually have the bass. I had this one, I had the guitar one, and I had the bass one. So you can see here that I have the bass pedal of that version. It's called the Zoom 5062 bass. And for the guitar, it's called the 5052 for the guitar. Now I had both of these. I don't know where the guitar one is. I cannot for the life of me understand why I don't have the guitar one and I have the bass one. But I don't have the guitar one anymore. But I remember it being decent, being fine, and this is all I really need for this channel, for me to play 2 or 3 minutes of guitar on a video that I'm doing. That's all I really need. I don't need to mic up amps. I'm doing this stuff late at night most of the time because my family's sleeping and I don't have to bother them. But this guy wanted $29.99 and $15 shipping. Now, if I saw this at a garage sale, I probably would have given the guy, I would have offered him like $25 or something like that, right? Maybe $25. Now, getting it at a garage sale, you don't have to pay shipping or anything like that. So I offer this guy 20 bucks plus the $15 shipping. Now he's asking $29 for it. You know what his response was to me? His counter offer. Anybody want to take a guess at what this guy's counter offer was to me? I'll wait if Al and Rock Daddy want to offer up a guess. Because I thought it was pretty stupid. And this was 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, I offered this guy $20. He offered to take $5 off, says Al. Incorrect. Incorrect. He took 50 cents off of the listing. He counter offered me with $28.50. So I countered back at $21, which he then countered back at $28.50. And then I offered $25, and he declined it. He just straight up declined the offer. I guess he thought that this was going to be selling for crazy money. But that was a week ago. Maybe a week and it was up for 3 days. It's now up for 11 days. So it was up for, it was 8 days ago. So he still hasn't sold it. So I wonder if he's sitting there in his house saying, "Oh man, I should have just accepted that guy's offer." I mean, it's a pedal from when? When did they make these? Like, I don't even know if this has the date on it. It doesn't have a date on it. Still got batteries in it though. I doubt they work. I should probably take them out. It's got the batteries in it. But I don't know when this was made. 2003 maybe. Like I was out of college and I graduated college in 2000. Nope, 2004. So maybe this was 06. Say this was 2006. So he wants a 20, he wants $30 for a 20-year-old pedal that nobody else wants. I thought that was ridiculous. Early 2000s, yeah. Yeah, it's wild, man. I'm telling you, it's crazy. What did you say up here, Art Dad? I missed it. I'll be putting up some guitars for sale, including a Gibson Florentine and a Nighthawk ST3. A Gibson Florentine. Is it a Les Paul Florentine or is it like a big like 175 style Florentine? Let's see. Because I saw one on Trogley's show the other day. I don't know if you guys watch Trogley on YouTube. Gibson Florentine. Let's see. Because they make different guitars with the Florentine cutaway. Is this a Florentine? Oh, is that the one with the F-holes in it? Oh, I thought the Florentine was the pointy horn. Oh, Gibson Florentine. It's a Les Paul with F-holes. It's a hollow body Les Paul. That is pretty freaking sweet, dude. Early 90s, huh? Do you have any pictures of it? Feel free to email them to me. I'll put them up on the screen for you. Give you some free publicity here. Yeah, that's pretty sweet. Those are sweet guitars. Do they feed back a lot? It's the only thing I would wonder. PRS has a model like that. That's pretty popular. Let's see. Here's a natural colored one, 7000. Wow. That is a beautiful looking guitar. I've never played one of these. The only hollow body Gibsons I've ever played were 335 style guitars, 330s. I want to say I had a 175. That had the real sharp horn on it. What else? Here's a red one. Wow. What color is yours? You say flamey? That's pretty sweet. It's got the ebony board. It's got all the custom appointments to it. Whoop. You see, I thought you were talking about like this style horn. That's what I thought a Florentine was. But I'm obviously mistaken. The Florentine means that there are F-holes in it. I guess. It's pretty sweet. Pretty sweet. How much you asking for it, Rock Daddy? Rock Daddy. Those are pretty nice. Yeah, they're asking. People are asking a lot of money for them. I mean, there's the range. I mean, this one's 3,600, 3,700, but a lot of them are up in the fives. Here's another one. Tobacco burst with a Bigsby. Says, I play loud. I haven't had them feedback. This has a full maple cap. Mine is wine red, like this one, huh? That's pretty sweet. Or is this cherry? Would this be cherry red, I guess? That could be wine red. That's really nice. Is it gold hardware too? Custom shop sticker on the back. Very nice. Very nice. What do we got here? Seagull, Epiphone Acoustic, 1998 Les Paul Classic, 2,500 bucks. 98 Les Paul Classic. That's got an interesting serial number on it. I wonder if that's what a... Because that looks like it's a 58 reissue serial number. Because normally the 58 reissues start with an 8 like that. And then have a 4-digit number afterwards. I always thought a 98 Classic should have a typical... See, this is how you got to do research, right? So then you go to... Then we're going to go to Reverb, and we're going to type in 1998 Gibson 1998 Les Paul Classic. All right, that's what he said, right? 98, yeah. So here we have a 98 that looks very similar to his listing right here. And if we take a look at the serial number, if he shows it, there you go. It's the same. See, this is why you do research. So a Les Paul Classic from the late 90s will have a serial number that starts with 8 with a 4-digit number afterwards, which I'm surprised about. Whoops, sorry. I always do that. I always forget to share the tab. So there it is. There's the back of the headstock on this 1998 Les Paul Classic. Looks very similar to the one the guy online has. And this guy wants $26.35. Here's another one. 98 Les Paul Classic. It's in good shape. That's a pretty guitar, man. And again, there it is. All right. All right, so this guy's legit. See, that would have thrown me off right away. That would have thrown me off, having that 8 serial number with the 4 digits. But apparently that's a legit one then. Wants $2,500 for it, so he's done his homework, I guess, because all these other ones are in the vicinity. You can get a gold top. That's a lefty one. Yeah, he's in the right ballpark. He might be a little overpriced because you got to figure, right? Like all of these ones that are being asked 25, 24, 23, 21, 26. You got to remember these guys are going to get 7%. These guys are going to get a 7% fee tacked onto that, right? So you got to figure, 20. Let's just take 2,500 times 0.07. That's $175 off, plus the person buying it is going to get charged sales tax, which you're not going to, so you got to take $200 off your asking price, right? So I mean, this $2,100 one, that's a nice looking guitar right there, man. It's got that plain top. It's got a little flame on the right-hand side of it. It's a 2-piece top. It's got a nice flame on the right-hand side of it. That's a good looking guitar from 1998. Ooh, he might have upgraded his tuners. He definitely did. The Goto tuners, locking tuners. Those might be an upgrade. They're definitely not standard on it. No buckle rash, no blemishes. This guy wants 2,100. If this guy was local, he's in Indiana. If anybody's local, you'd probably get that. You can probably ask for 150 off of this. You can probably get this for $2 grand. And that's the good wood era, they call it. Don't know what's better about the 90s wood than any other year's wood. Yep, custom shop gold hardware for Rock Daddies. Where are you going to post it, Rock Daddy? You're going to post it on Reverb or something? Yeah, I might have lost audio again. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Let's see. All right, so we're going to go back to this. So yeah, this guy's got a legit guitar here. So you might want to call him up in Apache Junction and tell him he's about $500 off the best price on Reverb. Maybe you can get him down a little bit. Okay. What else we got in Phoenix? Got some Bugera amps. Little combo, tiny combos. Got one of these fancy Taylors. These were cool back in the day. I always wanted one of these. I never got to play one, but they always reminded me of those Chet Atkins Gibsons. Those solid body acoustic Chet Atkins models that Gibson used to sell. I had a buddy, Joe, that I used to, he's my best friend. He's like my daughter's godfather and everything. He's like one of my best friends. He always wanted one of those Gibson Chet Atkins solid body acoustics with the piezo pickup in it. I think he ended up getting an Epiphone version of one. An EVH Wolfgang. I don't know anything about EVH guitars. Got some shakers. Got a lot of guitar stands in North Phoenix. There is no shortage of guitar stands in North Phoenix. I wonder if this guy sold his whole collection, and now he has to sell off all the stands. That'd be sad. Got a shaker. Looks like kind of like a cowbell looking thing. Got some toms. Behringer overdrive pedal. It's pretty sparse in Phoenix, Arizona, I gotta say. Bloomington, Indiana was the place to be from 2 weeks ago. Eric Clapton USA Fender Strat. $1,500. That's not too bad. Made in America. I just hate things that have people's signatures on them or people's names. Like Eric, the Stratocaster that made Eric Clapton famous, and the one, or the Fender that he made famous, didn't have his name on it. Still cool looking though. I just hate having somebody's name plastered on it. Hate that. What's this? Les Paul Deluxe. No price. $2,000. There it is. $2,000. What year is it? He doesn't even tell you the year. Let's see if we can find out what year this Les Paul Deluxe is. Ah, he doesn't give you the serial number or anything. What a clown. Don't do that. Put the serial number up, man. Let people know what they're getting. You know how many emails this guy's going to get? What year is it? What are the serial numbers? What year is it? He posted it 7 hours ago. If it was local, I would ask him. But I'm not going to ask him. Yeah, Al doesn't like the names on guitars either. Yeah. Yeah, it is minimal, but it's on the headstock. I mean, you can always change a fender neck if you wanted, but that's why you're buying the guitar for the specs of it. You think that classic is an early 2000s? Could be. Rock Daddy says, I have a lot of LPs, but no classic. I should have. I'm embarrassed. I had 2 or 3 classics. And they were vintage. I had 2 vintage ones. I had a 1982 one, a black one with mini humbuckers, And I had actually, I'll show you in my book, The Collection. See my book? I have a book. I'm going to stop sharing the screen for 1 second. Made a book. You can't buy it. I mean, you can buy it, but let's see if it's in this version or not. I have different volumes of this book. You're only allowed to have a certain number of pages in it, and I ran out of pages. So it might not be this version. But I had 2 classics. They were both from the 80s. Here's one. Okay, this was a 81 all ebony, factory ebony with the mini humbuckers. Bought that for $2,000 from a guy in Georgia. We met in Chattanooga. Came with the chainsaw case and everything. And then, where's the other one? Oh, you said classic. These are deluxes. I had 2 deluxes. My bad. Well, I'm going to go ahead and show you the other one anyway. Here's my other deluxe. That was a 1980 deluxe with the P90s. This one was, I liked them both, but I ended up trading both of them away. I can't remember what I traded them for, though. That's bad. I'm going to have to really think about what I traded those for, or if I just sold them. Here's the only classic I ever owned. I had one of those gold top 60s classics. Yeah. But yeah, I started cataloging all my guitars with all the serial numbers and stuff in them. I'm going to a concert tonight. That's why I have to, I'm limited on time. Going to see a couple of bands in Nashville. Let's see what Al says. Funny story here. I bought an LP Standard 2008 Slash and Tobacco Burst. Not a big fan of Slash. Check out the headstock. Trogley had one on his show. So the headstock, it's only on the back, right? The headstock? I think on the back of the Slash headstock is where they put the logo. Slash Les Paul. Let me see here. So here is the November Rain, November Burst. And here's the back of the headstock. Yeah, it's that weird, it's his little skull and crossbones. See, that is probably the least offensive because it's on the back of the headstock and no one's going to see it when you're playing it. Because the front of the headstock, you can change that truss rod cover real easy. You can just put a standard truss rod cover on there or just a plain black truss rod cover on there. And nobody would ever know just by looking at this that it's a Slash model unless they look at the back of the headstock. So that to me is probably the least offensive of all of the signature models. Slash likes a big 50s neck. Is yours that way too? Al says the 2008 ones had it on the front, big as hell. All right, let me check that out. 2008. Let's see. Gotta share this page here. (2008) Slash. Let's see. 2008 Slash Standard. Oh, that's terrible. Oh, I would not be able to do that, man. Wow. I wonder why they changed it and put it on the back. That's cool. It's on the case. That's fine. Oh, they could have put it on the back. Wow, they put it right on the front. Look at that. It doesn't even look centered. Like it doesn't even, like, even if it looks like they didn't even think this out. It should be up higher. It looks too low. Man, there it is, huh? The neck is somewhat of a hybrid called the slash profile. Yeah. Haha, I had a great he says, I had a great luthier do the classic Gibson Les Paul headstock review. Oh, that's great. Oh, good. Because now you don't have it anywhere. You don't have it on the front or the back of the headstock. That's great. Now it looks, yeah, okay. Now it looks like a regular standard, but sounds killer. Yeah, I'm sure it sounds great. Sure, it sounds great. I have a great episode coming up about a guitar that I bought from a famous, I recently, like 2 weeks ago, I bought a guitar and I didn't know who I bought it from until I went home and did some research. And I bought a guitar from a famous producer named Butch Walker. And the pickups are very, very special. And the whole episode, not the whole episode, but the episode is going to tell you why the pickups are so special when I do it. I already recorded it. I have to release it. And wait till you hear. Only in Nashville will this happen to me. But yeah, wait till you hear about that episode. Rock Dice says, I don't have any signature models because everyone expects me to play all their songs. EVH guitars are the worst about it. Oh yeah, I'm sure. You pick up one of the Frankenstein guitars and everybody's like, play hard for teacher. Play Panama? Can you play what's the friggin' solo called? Eruption? Can you play Eruption? Al says he put some Jimmy Page signature SD pickups, and it went from being a 9 out of 10 to a 10 out of 10 into your Slash. Okay, so you have a Slash guitar with Jimmy Page signature Seymour Duncans. That sounds pretty killer, man. It's a tobacco sunburst. Those are my favorite. Well, it's my second favorite. I love Heritage Cherry sunbursts, Les Pauls. The tobaccos are definitely my second favorite. My brother has a really nice tobacco sunburst one. It's pretty sweet. Let's go back to Craigslist here. See what else we got. All right, so we don't have too much good. We got a couple of Gibsons here. What do we got here? A Fender American Vintage 70s Strat for $1,800. That's never gonna sell. Strats don't sell, man. Not for that much money. Unfortunately, not here anyway. Not in Nashville. Not in Nashville. Oh, what happened? Are we gone? Did I lose my, or is it just these headphones? Hello? There we go. Okay. Yeah, that right there is the same as mine. Nicer flame. Oh, good. I love a good flamey tobacco sunburst. Really nice. Fender made in Mexico. 1993 Fender. This got to be made in Mexico too, right? Let's just check. What is this? What is this? Made in Korea. When did Fender make Korean guitars? All right, there's a Korean Fender for you. I guess they made them in 93. Another violin. Lots of violins and a lot more violins than I expected in Phoenix, Arizona. Got a drum pad. That's pretty cool. Got some cool boutique amp here. Got a sweatshirt. Here's an EVH guitar. You should I email this guy and ask him if he can play Eruption? Ooh, he's got a John Lennon signature model in the background. Look at that. He's got the 19. That's a very expensive guitar if that's real. So just for all of you Beatles and Rickenbacker fans out there, that guitar in the background, this one right here, the black and white one, with the John Lennon signature on the pickguard, those were made in 1991. And I want to say there were only like 500 made of those, and they made them in different styles. So they made a handful in the John Lennon size, like the short scale size, and then they made another handful with a longer neck version, longer scale length, called the 350. And I want to say some of them had the Bigsby and some of them had the regular tailpiece. And actually, to be honest, I don't think any of them should have had a Bigsby on them, but I could be wrong. But if that's real, that's like a $5,000 guitar on a very, very, very good day with the right buyer. But here is his Franken weenie. Looks like a roasted maple neck. pretty cool. How much does he want for that? Cool reproduction. Okay, it's not real. He just wants $1, apparently. Call him up. Fender American Professional Jazzmaster. Al just got a Jazzmaster. Did you get a professional or professional too? This one has the rosewood neck, the full rosewood neck. It's pretty neat. I like that. Wonder how it sounds. I never played a full rosewood neck. I want to get one of those rosewood Telecasters. That's what I want to get. Those. Yeah, he's got an AVR too. Yep, American Vintage reissue 2. Yeah, those are really nice. And it's blue, right? It's the best color to get a Jazzmaster in is blue. Or Tobacco Sunburst, the tricolor Sunburst. I love those in the Jazzmaster. Jazzmasters are great guitars. They remind me very much of Firebirds. I'm a big Firebird fan. If I could find an American, like a semi-vintage Jazzmaster, I might trade for one of those. But some Ibanez, foot switch. We'll do one more page, and I got to call it quits. I'm already over time. Lake Placid, yeah, you got a Lake Placid Jazzmaster. Those are the best. Lake Placid's a great color. I do, and the matching headstock, very nice. I have a Strat coming my way. I bought a Sonic Blue Strat because I got to fill my Beatles itch. Got to scratch my Beatles itch. So I got a brand new Sonic Blue Strat from Sweetwater coming. Here we go. Now we're talking. 78 Gibson Les Paul Deluxe, $5,000. He is in mid-central. What's this pickup that he has in it? There's a couple of mods here. That bridge is modded. He's got the wraparound tailpiece. Piece of history, not all original. It's a player, not a hanger. Open for trade. Only for a vintage 8082 Dean Blue Burst. I love that. I love when people go on and post something and say, I'll trade, and then they name the most specific thing in the world that they'll trade for. That's very unrealistic, people. Okay? You can't do that. Al says he loves the rosewood neck on a Telly, very Harrison-esque. Yes, I agree. I want one of those. I really want one of those Harrison Tellys. Rock Guy says, I used to live in northern Alabama and would cruise up to Carter's and Groons. My credit card hated those trips. I'm sure it did. I'm sure it did. I'm in Spring Hill, Tennessee. I'm about 40 minutes from Nashville. And I really try not to go to those stores because the stuff they have is so crazy. I went to Rumble Seat about 2-3 weeks ago. Played a 64 casino that I wanted, but actually didn't sound good, which I was kind of happy about because I would have had to trade 2 or 3 guitars to get it, and I didn't want to do that. Yeah, it's been converted. It's been converted. Yeah, but he still wants $5,000 for it, and you can't do that. You can't be like, I want a specific guitar of a specific year and a specific color. That's the only thing I'll take. You're never going to find it unless you're asking for something that's very common. You know, if you say I'll be willing to trade for a Les Paul Custom, that's one thing. You know, but I want an 82 Dean Blue Burst, blah blah blah. Get out of here, clown. Okay, what else we got? Got a couple of inexpensive Gretches and Charvels and Jacksons. All this guy's selling all the same stuff. Epiphone. Got a little Fender Tone Master Deluxe. Tone Master. Does that mean it's not tube? I want to say the Tone Masters are solid states. Could be wrong. Who knows? It doesn't have it's got a standby switch, so it might be tube. Tone Master. Why do they put Tone Master on it? Kind of makes it sound to me like it's not a full tube amp. I don't buy solid. I used to have lots of solid state amps, but I just love the warmth and grittiness you get from a tube being overdriven. Got some more keyboards. Another audio interface that's going to give somebody a headache, I'm sure. A Taylor Academy 12. Why is it a 12? Is that the width of the bout? Is it a 12-inch bout? It's like a parlor guitar. $500. Got some pickups, Gemini pickups, some kick drum hammers or whatever you call those, pedals. Got a slant cab. Some more drums. Hey, you got the Boss DS1 distortion pedal. That's a classic right there. $100. Whew. I remember when you used to get those for like 35. Here we go. We got a power jet. What's a power jet? Why is it not a duo jet? Why is it a power jet? It looks like a duo jet. I guess it has the wrong pickups in it. Maybe a power jet has humbuckers where a duo jet has Dynasonics. If I saw one for the right price, I would get it, but I haven't really noticed. I had one before. It's really cool. They're not very far off. Especially if you get the one with the Filtertrons like that one has, they're not very far off from a Les Paul. They're really, really not. Yeah, tubes are the best, man. You can't get better than tubes. Yeah, and you definitely cannot ask $5 grand for a halfway converted Les Paul. You're absolutely correct on that. Absolutely correct. What else we got? We got a Martin D18 for $2,000. It's not a terrible price. Especially if it's in good shape. If it's in good shape, it's a 2020. It's not old. So I don't think that's a terrible deal if you're looking for a D18. Fender American Professional 2 Strat. Now this is more of a better price. $1,250. $1,250 for a in very good shape American Professional Strat. That's a good price. $1,200. This guy will definitely sell this guitar. It's still got the plastics on it. It looks like. Got your case. This guy will sell it. The other guy's crazy. $1,850. It's not happening. This one will sell. And this guy might even take $1,100 for it. You never know. Oh, carburetor. Look at that. That shouldn't be in here. I mean, they do make sweet music, but oh, 4-barrel. Look at that. Got some straps. I don't know if anybody noticed. In the last episode when I was talking to Paul from Guitar Gear Connection, he said, we were talking about the Gibson the J160E acoustic guitars and how they sounded and how John played them. He said strap-on like 4 times in a row. And he said, when you strap on and you strap it on, you got to strap. And I look at the camera and I make faces, and I hope he didn't notice, but he just kept saying strap on, and I just thought it was really funny because I'm a child. I'm a friggin' idiot, and I can't get my mind out of the gutter. And then he said, you got to really hit it hard with this. When you strap it on, you got to hit it real hard. I'm like, oh my God, keep it together, Steve. Keep it together. I'm such a moron. What do we got here? Rock Dice says, I never mod my guitars. All original, worth more on the vintage market. Yes, I agree with you. I tend to not buy anything that's modded at all. I tend to stay away from things that are modded. I'll mod stuff on my own if I wanted to, but I very rarely do that. Oh, I modded this. Oh, this is going to be an episode, but I mangled a Flying V. Nobody will ever know unless I show them, but I destroyed this Flying V. If you've been listening to the channel, you might have heard a story. I used to own a Flying V way back in the day. It was black, early 2000s V, and a buddy of mine who I gave it to I wanted to give it to him to paint. Something happened to it, and we lost the body of the guitar. I have all of the parts. So this was the original. This was the pick guard and the pickups and the tailpiece and the bridge and all the knobs, the truss rod cover. I didn't change the tuning pegs, tuning machines, but I got this guitar in a trade, which will be on an episode, and I wanted to. It had one of the half guards, right? Hold on, I'll go get it. It's in my closet right here. I'll go get it real quick. Hopefully my audio doesn't cut out on me. So this is the pickguard that came on the guitar. and it had 2 burst bucker pickups in it. And I didn't like the pickups. I hated it. I played it and the guitar sounded like shit. So I said, all right, I'm going to put all my stuff on it. And I figured if I just take this thing off, this puppy will fit right in. Wrong. So apparently on the ones with this pickguard, there's a channel, there's an extra route that connects the pickup cavity to this pickup cavity and then down to the cavity where the knobs are. So I decided to get a Dremel and start to route out a channel from here to here so that all the wires that were connected to these pickups would go into that channel. Well, the mahogany is very hard and the Dremel really struggled. So the smell of burning wood infused my house. And even after I did the channel, the wires don't really fit in it. So I have a lot of lift here because the wires aren't in anything. They're just sitting underneath the pickguard. But just looking at it up front like this, you'd never know. And it all works. I did my first soldering job. I cracked it a little bit up here. I cracked it right there because this was too tall. This was too long. This pickguard went about 1/8 of an inch over the fretboard. And I had to Dremel that out too. So I'm lucky I got a straight line on it. You can kind of see the pickup cavity. Let's see if I can get it real close for you. You can't really see it, but you can, right in here, you can see into the pickup cavity, but you got to be real close to it. I think I did an okay job as far as, I can never sell this thing. I mean, if I do, and none of the holes lined up. How you like them apples? None of these 13 holes lined up with the previous holes. So I had to drill all new screw holes for that. So I will never be able to sell this thing, or if I do, I'll have to be very honest with what I did to it. But it sounds good now. I'll tell you that. I love the way it sounds now. Love these. No neck dive. That's a nice one. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, the action on it is super high, and I don't know why. I think I want to say the nut needs to be shaved down. Because it sits real high off the nut. Because I have it slammed onto, I have that friggin' bridge slammed down to the body. It can't get any lower. And the action's still high. And the neck's straight. It has nothing, the neck's not warped or anything. It just has high action. I think the nut just needs to be slotted better. Oh boy. Anything else here? What do we got? We're almost done, ladies and gentlemen. Almost done. Let's see, got a 2021 standard Strat, $600. Rock Daddy, you might have to get on this. Hardshell case, 2021 Fender Stratocaster standard. Let's see if it's made in Mexico. Let's see where it's made. Does it tell? Yep, it's Mexican made. Never mind. Never mind. Still nice though. Still gonna play just as good. 83 Fender P-Bass Elite 2, $4,000. Wow. I don't know anything about these. Always got the original receipt from Manny's Music in New York City. I did Manny's Music made my channel once. That's pretty cool. It's got some interesting looking pickups. What else? Ibanez Graphic EQ. That's an old school Ibanez pedal right there. Got some stage lighting, some conga drums, Epiphone T-Bird bass, pedal train Classic Pro pedal board with touring case. That's pretty cool if you need a pedal board. $275 is not that bad. Epiphone Les Paul Special, custom P bass, $3,800. That's all very expensive bass. Little Mesa Boogie head. Page 2 is better than page 1, I'll tell you that. 86 Westone. Got some speaker speakers for your amp. Got a Bugera. Another cheap couple of Gretches. Ooh, look at that vintage Boss chorus pedal. There you go, only 2 knobs. Gotta love that. Rate and depth, right there. $280. Jeez. That seems like a bit much. Is it any better than what's around today? It's not the, how is it not the same circuit board and stuff like that? Got a volume pedal. Made in Mexico Strat. A couple more pedals here. 1936 Martin. What is this? This is a 1936 Martin 517 tenor guitar. Bought this to learn to, I guess it has to be a reissue. No, it's in great shape for being 87 years old. Get out of town. How is a 1936 Martin? I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's a tenor or not. It's a 1930. It's a pre-war Martin. They only want $750. I guess it's not. I guess it's not that big of a deal. 1936 Martin T5 517. Wow. Epiphone. Gibson ES 175, $2,500. Got a nice flame. That is a nice flame maple top and back. Ooh, that is really nice. He did some damage here underneath. I don't know what the hell he did with the electronics. I don't think that's going to sell for $2,500, but it sure is pretty to look at. He ain't selling that for $2,500 though. Hate to say it. That's a shame because it's pretty. And that's going to do it, everybody. I went about an hour longer than I should have. But let's see what the comments here say. Amin, what's up, man? What a fantastic video. Have a great day. Also, happy last week of January from Canada. And also, what is your favorite year from the 2010s in general? What's my favorite year? I don't even know what that means. I'm going to say 2010 because that's the year I got married. Do you mean like what's my favorite year for a guitar or something like that? Or just in general? Like, I'll say 2010 because I got married in 2010. So that will be my favorite year. Al got excited over the CE2, over the chorus pedal. You have a couple of those. Wow, well, if they're going for $300 a piece, you might want to sell a couple. They were gifted to me in the early 2000s. People used to throw those into a garbage. Now they're worth $300-400. Yeah, they are, apparently. That's pretty sweet. I'll be looking close at that Martin. Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, Rock Daddy. That might be the deal of the century, or it's just... Because, like, I have a neighbor who has a Gibson LG1 from, like, 1963. And I looked it up, and it's, like, worth, like, $1,000. And I'm like, how is this guitar only worth $1,000? Let me see. Martin. Let me look it up on Reverb here. That's how you get these... it's basically how I figure stuff out these days. Let's see, Martin, 1936, Martin, what the hell was it called? We'll just put tenor guitar. No listings. The only things from 1936 on Reverb are just straight up acoustic. Oh, here we go. Martin 5-17, tenor, 1927, 1945, natural. There it is. This guy wants $1,000 for it. And it has a crack in the side. Rock Daddy, get on it, man. This guy wants $1,000 for it. Oops, I didn't even share it with you. Dang it. Let me do it again. There we go. This guy wants $1,400. This guy wants $1,400. This other guy wants $1,050. What else we got? Those are the only two that I think are on here right now. But check that one out, man. That might be the deal of the century. And I won't even take a cut. Just subscribe to the channel. That's all I need. Where is it? I can't even find it on here anymore. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. Yeah, 1930. He wants $750 for it. You can probably get him down. You can probably get him down. He probably has no idea what he has. He probably bought it for that. Or for something close to it. Give it a shot. See what happens. You have 40 Boss pedals. Holy cow. A collection inside a pedal collection on its own. That's crazy. 40 Boss pedals. Those are the best though, man. They're built to last. Wow. What's this whole thing here? I have a Boss pedal collection. Japan, Taiwan, old, new, even some repeated. Wow. That's awesome, man. That is really cool. Well, that's going to do it for me, everybody. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. Next week, I'll try to do it again, and hopefully my sound issues don't persist. And until next week, I'll have one. I think I'm going to try to do one episode a week now instead of two, because I don't want to burn myself out. So we might only be doing one episode a week. I'm not sure what day I'm going to... I think Wednesdays seem like a good day to upload videos, because they've been getting... The ones that I put out on Wednesdays tend to get the most views. Also, I forgot to mention, I got stickers made. If you want a sticker, email me at guitargeartrader@gmail.com, and we'll try to work something out. If you pay the shipping, I'll send you the sticker. No problem. I'll even send you 2 stickers for the price of shipping. So it might even only take, for people in the States, it might only be 1 or 2 stamps, but for people elsewhere, you let me know. All right, everybody. I'll see you next week. Check me out. Follow me. Please follow. Subscribe. Comment. Al always comments on my stuff. The commenting helps in the algorithm. I know that. If you get a lot of comments, it'll tell people to watch the stuff. So thanks again, and watch the episode this week and live stream next week. See you guys later. Peace out. God bless you guys.